used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
So here we are in game, and this feels just like Kingdom Come Deliverance. In fact, you'd be very much mistaken for thinking, isn't this a DLC for Kingdom Come Deliverance? Well, no, it's not. Although all the inventory system and the menus and everything else in here are screaming out Kingdom Come Deliverance, and it does have a little flavour of it from the ashes. I've turned the music off, by the way. So as we head down into the village here, on our very first quest, I'll give you an idea of what this actual game is. If you enjoyed the Kingdom Come Deliverance lifestyle, as in it was a little bit of a lifestyle simulator, then you will really love this game. It is that game, but without any combat. Yes, there's no combat in this game, but it is a real-life simulator, so we'll have to think of food, housing, clothing. There is farming in the game. They will be adding fishing at some point as well. And it just takes that game, Kingdom Come Deliverance, to the, well, I'm going to say next level, because Kingdom Come Deliverance was my favourite RPG, even beating Witcher 3. But as we head down here into this main village, you'll see what I mean about Kingdom Come Deliverance. And in this first episode, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building our very first basic house. But isn't that just beautiful? Ah, the smell of fresh manure and sweaty farm girls. The taste of cider on the lips. You can't beat it. Beautiful. So yes, we're going to head down into the village here. Let's go for a little jog. Now, the game is early access. I've noticed as we get down into the village down here and we speak to some of the villagers, there is no audio as such yet for the NCPs, which I'm sure will come eventually. We can hold down the Alt key as we get a little bit closer. That highlights the other villagers. As you can see, very beautiful game here, even on the Ultra 4K wide at 120 FPS. Exactly. No goosing around here, love. So let's get down here into the village. Oh, there's a woman here. Let's have a little chat. Hey up, love. Have you got a minute? Sure, what is it? Nice weather having today, don't you think? Yes, it's quite warm. I like that. I'll let her go. A wife. A wife is necessary to ensure the survival of your dynasty. Thanks to her, you will have an heir. Your wife can also help you rethink your talents and heal your wounds. I bet she can. Remember to take care not only of yourself, but also your whole family. If your wife is dissatisfied, well, most women are with me. A lack of shelter for a long time, food, or possibly a warm, she may leave you. So it looks like there is the ability to actually... I'm choking on her beauty. You can actually get married and have kids. There you go. Hey up, pal. Right, so let's just head down here to the pub. Social distancing. There won't be more than 6 people in here. There we go. It's the pub down here. And we'll get on and we'll craft some tools and we'll build our very first house. Something modest, I think. Whoops. Right, so they're not there. Actually, the first time I tried it, he was sat in the pub. So it looks like they may actually have their own work cycles in here. There is a full seasons in here as well. Summer, autumn, spring, etc. And you have to take that into account. Certain berries are ripe in summer, but not at all the times of the year, things like that. So this is the guy we need to speak to. No, I'm not Rasim. My name is. I came from the south looking for my uncle. Hey, stranger. What brings you to my valley? You don't look like a milching or pilgrim. Come to my uncle. Do you know what? Just for the sake of you guys actually watching this, I'm going to skip through a little bit of this quickly. If you want to look at it, you can pause it, and it'll go through the menu system here and everything that's in there. But I should explain a lot of that as we get in. So, a new beginning. You can see up at the top right. Sticks, rock, stone axe, cut trees, straw, and build our first house. And as this is early access, it would be unfair to criticise it for not having NCP voices and things like that. Now, down at the bottom left, we have the usual tropes in RPGs. We have food, water, strength, tiredness. So the blue one is water. So if we come down here, we'll just click some of these birch trees while we're at it. Birch branches, and we'll have a little drink while we're here. There we go. So the first thing we need to decide is where we're going to build our very first house. Now, I quite like it down near the river. And we are going to be needing, I know already, we're going to be needing some of this. So let's get collecting it. In fact, is it going to let me, or have I jumped the gun a little bit too quick? Might have jumped it a little bit too quick. Right, so let's get some rocks. And we can't actually build anywhere near too close to the villagers. If I bring the map up, let me just get rid of that. So you can see the map's not huge, but obviously we don't know at this stage whether this is going to open up into different places. As you can see, that's the time, the year, and where we are in this season. So there's a couple of rocks here. Let's just pick these up. Now we're going to have to make a stone axe. Now I think we're going to have to get some, I think we've already picked up some sticks, haven't we? So if we press the Q key, crafting, and we want to craft a stone axe, and there we go. So now we're building the stone axe. So, straw. Now, I thought we got straw from the reed bed. Let's just run back here. No, it doesn't look like it. This is how I picked up the straw last time. I hope that's not a bug. Well, it's definitely not letting me pick the reeds up. Right, well, let's move up and have a look at a place for our first base. There is no third-person view. You asked first person. I'll get a few more of these on the way up, see if there's any food or berries on the way up. As I said, you've got to be aware as well of the seasons. In winter, if there's any berries, they're not going to be ripe. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Where were we? An international swimwear model was trying to get in touch, seeing if I was still single. I told her I was, but, you know, speaking of hot farm girls, I imagine she might be a bit young. Hey, do you have a minute? Sorry, my mum told me not to talk to... How old are you, love? You're over 18, aren't you? You better move away, love. Step away slowly. Right, where were we? Yeah, so... So now we need to cut down 5 trees. So in order to do that, we press the Q key. We're going to craft some tools, and we need an axe. So we need one more stick and some more rocks. Well, that should be easy to find around here. There should be loads of them down by the river. Surely. He says, looking around now. I think these are too big. Can we not use these as maple branches? Use those as sticks. Oh, here we go again. Finally, we're back. These bloody supermodels, I tell you, they're just so persistent. Will I go on a boat with them in the, in the Marbella, and, will I give them a what's it? And do you know what? It's tiring. Right, so we've got some berries. Basically, I'm looking for a couple of rocks. These are too big. I've got some sticks now, so we should be alright for sticks. Why is it you can never find a bloody rock when you need one? Surrounded by bloody rocks before. There we go, there's some here. Alright, so we've got some rocks. Have we got enough now to build? Yes. So now we've got a stone axe, and now we can cut down 5 trees. There we go. And if we come into our inventory now, where are we? Inventory up here. And we come to the stone axe. It's already in number 2. And the wooden hammer, I think we just, do we drag it? Or we equip it to number 2. So now we've got our steel axe or stone axe, and we have a hammer for building stuff. So now we need to cut down 5 trees. But before we do this, actually there is 5 trees here. But what we need to remember is that we're not going to be able to carry all 5 logs. So if we look on our map here, we need to be, this is where we are here. We need to get a little bit away from the actual village. So it might be better if we go the other way, and we'll see if we can build a house here, kind of in the middle. So we'll head up. Water, it's telling us that we need to get a drink. It's fine. We'll get a drink on the way up. So we'll go past this little village here. On the left. And we'll get down in this reeds. As I said, this is how I made straw before, by picking these up. I'm not sure why it's not giving me the option to get them. Hey-ho, let's head further in. Let's see what happens. So we need to get away from this village. And what we'll do is we're getting a bit tired here. We'll go past this bridge here. I may build on the other side, or we should build on this side. I want somewhere that looks picturesque. Something that looks beautiful for seducing my wenches. It's definitely got a kind of Kingdom Come Deliverance vibe. We'll get some more on the way up. Now, unfortunately, with this being early access, I was looking in the notes and it said that the seasons change every 3 days, which seems a little bit ridiculous. Whether that's early access or whether there's a reason for that, I have no idea. But that needs to be much, much longer. There's a mushroom there. We'll take that as well. Right, so this is not a bad place, actually. Quite like the look of that there, on that river. Can we swim? We're about to find out. Doesn't look like it's that deep. Thank God. And we'll have a drink while we're out in the middle. Right, I think this is where we're going to build, if it will allow us to build it here. Not a bad place at all. Yeah, beautiful. This is where we shall call home. So we'll get some of these mushies while we're here. And now we need to cut down 5 trees. Right, we're back. Can we finally get this bloody house built? Good God, people ringing me all the time. Right. We'll get some maple branches. Right, it's time to cut this tree down. Let's get a bit closer. I think we cut the tree down a little bit too quick compared to other games. Maybe that's me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Timber, timber. Come on, love. Come on. There we go. Right, she's down with no crash in the woods. And believe it or not, we can pick up that like the Hulk. Pick these up. And we've got to cut down 5 of these trees in order to be able to get the foundation down for the actual house. And as much as I don't like cutting trees down, we will have to make some area for the farmland that we're going to be building here. And I just hope it will let us build it here. Otherwise, we've got quite a lot of logs to be moving. There we go. Right, and if we actually come up here now, got to watch out for the amount that we're carrying. If we come up to the Q key and we go building, houses, build a small house. We've actually got enough already here to build one down on the river, and there is the door. And I think the door really should be facing into the forest with a beautiful little look out onto the river. So that's the plan. So we'll get that. Let's just have a look here. I think we'll get it down near the shore, not too close. And there we go. Right, so there we go. That's the foundation of our actual house, as you can see. Beautiful. We've already put the bedrock down at the bottom. It's just talking about sleeping. And this is where it'll be, and we shall have a window here at some point. That means we haven't got to go far up there towards the village in case we need anything else. So that is the plan. Let's have a quick snicky snack, I think, while we're waiting. very much like Kingdom Come Deliverance. So a couple of apples, bit of meat, a few mushes, bit of greens. You can see that. That'll do us nicely. So now we need to, it's telling us we need to cut some more trees down. And again, don't like cutting trees down, but do you know what? It's all for the cause. I need myself a wife. There we go. Timber. And we'll chop this down into logs. Pick these up. Right. Just got to cut down 2 more. And we can check that off the list then. And then we need to get some straw, which, as I said, I thought it was the reeds. That's how I did it when I tested this to see whether it'd work in 4K ultra wide. And it did seem to be working. So 1 more tree, and that should be it. And probably cut the one down right in front of us. Let's get this one down. And you can see it's starting to get dark now. Come on, lad. Get you back into it. There we go. I'm sure at some point they will add the tree sound effect of that falling. I'm sure they will. And there we go. Give this another almighty whack. There we go. Right, so we've cut those trees down. And now we need to build our house. So we go back to the little hammer. Did we not have a quicker hammer? I'm sure we did. Hammer, 2 key. There we go. And now we build these. Give them a right good whacking. That's what the missus is going to do with me. A simple small house. Wattle with door. Now, wattle I always thought was reeds and mud. There you go. You learn something every day. So we're going to finish this off. Just in time as it's starting to get dark, although I don't think we're going to have enough resources in order to finish this off. And we are getting tired. Too much wattling. I'm not a teenager anymore. Get tired quick. Oh, you are filthy. What we can also do as well is in here in the inventory, we should have a torch. Simple torch. There we go. And we can assign that to... do we equip it? Forgot how we equip it. F, there we go. And if we press F now, there we go. So now we've got a torch. So it looks like we've got most of the birch in there now. Looking rather nice. Right, no resources. Can we do it with these? Yes, we can. Right, so now we've just got to sort out that roof. So this isn't going to take long. We should be able to get a lot of maple branches over here. Interesting about the reeds. I still can't quite understand why I couldn't pick those reeds up, as that's how I did it the first time. Bizarre. Maybe I came in at a different season. Maybe that was the reason why. Who knows? But we haven't got much more to do here. New level! And that gives us the opportunity to be able to have a look at the skill tree. There's a skill tree in here as well. So we'll get some of these on. Oh, straw. It's telling me we need straw. Well, that's what I'm saying. Strange why we couldn't do that before. But while we're here, let's have a look at the skill tree. So if we come up to skills here, there is... what is this one? What's this one? Hunting, farming, diplomacy, survival, and crafting. And I think the farming one is the one that I'm going to be spending most of the time for here in the skill tree. But we have one here, which is probably going to be, what's this, iron liver. 15% bigger resistance to poisoning. 1 skill point. Okay, well, we'll spend it on that then. And that's given us, what has that given us? Not quite sure what that's given us, but anyway. Right, so we need to find ourselves some wattle or something for there, which is really... Maybe we're going to have to go back and have a look at these reeds again. So I'm not quite understanding why we couldn't pick them up. Maple branches. This is not really the stuff that's doing it. It's straw. It's got to be. It's got to be those reeds. If not, well, can't say we haven't tried, lads. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't say we haven't tried. We're down here, aren't they? Down in the river. There they are. There we are. Now we can collect them. Maybe that was why. Maybe it was part of the tutorial and I bloody skipped ahead. So we'll collect all these. We're going to need quite a few of these. For the roof. And incidentally, we just need to check as well on our inventory how much weight we're actually carrying. Now, maybe I'm not carrying enough because there's usually a little weight symbol down near the food at the bottom left that tells you how much you're actually lifting, carrying, and of course, once you're encumbered, well, that's that. Incidentally, as well, down at the bottom right, you can see the roundel. Quite obviously, that means that is its durability. And once that gets to 0, it is game over, and that includes the torch as well. And you shall have to craft some more. So now we've got a load of this. See, I did think about building the house here on this side, but reeds, we're probably not going to need them for too much else. Once we've actually got the house built up and we build a garden area, get some farming in, maybe get some poultry in, something like that, get into the farming. They are going to be adding fishing at some point, which is another one that I think would be fantastic. Quite enjoying the idea that there isn't going to be any combat in the game. It's more of a survival aspect to it. Quite good. Right, so we should be able to get some of this thatched roof on now. No resources, so we need another log. And by the power of Grayskull, there was one there that we got, and there's a stick there as well. We'll take that. Or the mushroom. There we go. We should be able to finish that off. Oh, lovely. All right, get this top bit done. We might have enough here, you know. I'm just hoping we don't have to go back and do a second run, or that we need another log. Yeah, it's telling us we need another log. We've been on the beans today, so there's another log. Hopefully, get some of this. Hopefully that might be it. No, it's not, is it? We're going to need another log. Another log! Right. This isn't going to take long. Hi ho! Go on, love. Go on, love. Take my big girth. There we go. Right, let's collect all these logs up. And a few berries just for the goodness sake of it. Right. Come on, we want you finishing this video. Build your first house. 0 of 1. So does that mean we've missed something? Ah, it's because the hammer... Is the hammer broken? Is that what it is? I think the hammer might be broken. So we come into crafting. Hammer. It's hammer time, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. We want to get to the end of this bloody video. Come on. Right, so there must be something we've missed here. There we go, up there. Come on, love. Last one. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There is our first house built in-game here in Dynasty Farmers, whatever it was called. I can't remember what we called it now. And inside, we already have a pre-built bed for when I'm on my own, and here's one for me and the local farm girls, the local wenches, and I can clean the sheets just by washing them down at the river. Beautiful. All there is, we'll light the fire. I've not really got much to cook. I'll have to fill it with water and put some food in, and in the chest here, obviously we can put some stuff in here by transferring them into the chest. Yes, chuck it all in. Berries and sticks, you name it, we'll chuck it all in there, and that will bring our weight down here quite nicely. We'll get rid of all that straw as well. The dried meat. And the coin. I'll keep the coin on as we don't want to get burgled. But that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us beautifully as we look out in the middle of the night to the end of day 1 here. As we come outside and have a look. These little turd mushrooms. We'll grab one of them. And that is our first house built. I keep wanting to call it Farmer's Dynasty. I forgot what the name of the game is, but there you go. That's part 1. I don't know whether I'll do any more, but that's kind of been a first look at this game. Give you a flavour of what it's about. If you want me to play some more, let me know. But that is the end of that. See you later. Bye-bye.